Okay, well, welcome to Yoga Nidra for Parkinson's sleep disorders. So glad to have everybody here. My name is Dawn Lofton. I'm a clinical yoga therapist at Om Home Shala, and I'm leading this class of free Yoga Nidra classes for Parkinson's for sleep disorders. But Yoga Nidra is great for everybody. It's a relaxing practice. It's a meditative practice. It's just wonderful. It's self-healing that can help alleviate sleep disorders such as insomnia, restless leg syndrome, excessive daytime sleepiness. And I want to express my appreciation to the Parkinson's Foundation who awarded Om Shala this community grant. So thank you. All right, so let's get started with and just get our bodies warmed up a little bit, okay? So sitting in your chair with your feet hip distance apart, press your feet into the floor and feel that connection there. And you can just leave your hands right there on your lap. And we're just going to start to take a moment and just check in with your breath. Take a deep belly breath and just kind of take a little breath inventory. See where your breath is without any judgment. Just notice if the breath is upper chest or lower belly. Notice if it's continuous or if there's any breaks in the inhale and exhale. Is there any sound to your breath? And is there any gaps or spaces between the inhale and exhale? And how does the breath feel? Is it choppy or is it smooth? And without having any judgments, just notice and just be okay with wherever your breath is today. Right, good. So we're going to start to warm up the neck. So on your next exhalation, look up to the ceiling and then exhale, chin toward your chest, or inhale, chin toward your chest. And just move like this, exhaling, looking up, and inhaling, looking down. Exhale up. There we go. And inhale down. Two more times. And then after this last one, we'll all meet in the middle, looking straight ahead. And on our exhale, we're going to turn our chin and look over our right shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. And exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center and continue with this. Exhaling, looking over the right. And just be aware of any sensation in the neck. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left and just notice if one side seems to give a little bit more than the other. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center and one more time. Exhale, look over the left. And inhale back to center. And just take a moment and just notice how your neck feels. And now we're going to drop our right ear to the right shoulder and just start to imagine like a soft pillow, maybe a marshmallow here, and start to rotate your neck either clockwise or counterclockwise, just making like 3 to 5 circles. And then change directions and just become aware of sensation in the neck. One more time around and we'll come back to center. Good, and now drop the other side, left ear to left shoulder, and start to make some circles on that big pillow or soft cotton ball that's resting there on your shoulder. Nice big circles if possible. And then after you go around one more time, go ahead and reverse it. Feel the stretch on your neck. Come back to center and just notice. Good. And now we're going to just work on our hands a bit, okay? So we want to create some dexterity with our hands. So we're going to open up our hands wide like this, and then we're going to close them, thumbs in. So open and close. And this is to help with writing, with brushing your teeth, anything that you need your hands for. You're just working on your dexterity. Feel the stretch in your fingers and the palms. Good, one more time. And then we're gonna do a different one. So you're gonna open up your hands really wide like this, and then you're gonna close them and make like a claw. So open and close, open and close. Keep on going. Notice how that feels. It may feel a little different in your knuckles. And go 2 more times. Good. And then keep your hands closed, thumb is inside, and you're gonna start to make rotations with the wrist. Get some of that energy moving, and then go the opposite direction. Good. And then shake that out. Shake it out, shake it out. All right. And so now we're gonna bring our hands in front of us, and we're gonna lift the fingertips up to the sky, and then exhale the fingertips down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And keep on going here. Good. Good, and then just shake it out a bit. All right. How's everybody? Do you feel like standing up? Feel like standing up? Okay, all right. If you want to stay seated, you can. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stand with your feet hip distance apart. And you're just gonna start to swing the arms. If you want to stay seated, you can, but big swings. Good. Notice how it feels in your shoulders. Now gently, let's start to bend the elbows. So it looks like this from the side. Good. And then slow down and just kind of shake it out. And just notice how you feel here. Just notice how the body feels. We're just waking things up now. So open up your feet a little wider than your hips. You're gonna bring your arms out into a T. And we're gonna swing the arms like this. Come back to center and swing the opposite way. Come back to center. And when I turn, I'm coming up, I'm lifting my heel. So let me go back here so you can see me. Good. You can go as slow or as fast as you would like. And then you're gonna come back to center. And you're going to use your elbows and you're going to push and push and push and push. Good. I've seen this done with like boxing bags, kickboxing bags. Good. And then slow down and just come back and just notice how you feel. Notice how the body feels. We're just stirring things up. Good. Open up your feet a little wider than your hips. Pretend you have a big coat on and your arms aren't in the sleeves. And we're going to do a twist. And just let the arms of the coat just kind of swing. And your hands can tap your buttock and your hip. So now we're working on our spine. Your head can stay straight, or if you like, you can let it move with the body. And then slow down, come back to center. Good. And just shake it out. Very good. So let's come back to our seated position. And now we're going to work with our breath, okay? So remember where we started. Everybody check their breath. So again, just check in. Feet are planted on the floor. Hips are legs, feet are in line with the hips. Sit up nice and tall, and just become aware of the breath moving in and out through the nostrils. Even put your fingers up to the nostrils just for a moment, for a few breaths, just so you can sense the breath there. And just take another breath inventory. See if we can begin to belly breathe. So as we inhale, the belly expands, and as you exhale, the belly softens. Take some deep diaphragmatic belly breaths. A continuous inhale and exhale. The breath is silent. The breath is smooth. And see if you can make your inhale and your exhale the same length. Good. And now we're going to start with our pranayama, but if you like, you can do this hand mudra, where you take your left hand, bend your pointer finger, and put your thumb on it. So this is a mudra, a gesture for pain relief. If it's hard to hold this, you can take your other hand and hold it and just set it there on your lap. Okay. So just sense how that feels. And we're going to start with our breathing. So breathe from the base of your throat. This is called ujjayi breath. Okay, so it's almost as though your lungs have nostrils. So take 3 ujjayi breaths, a slight constriction of your throat. Now our next breath is called piercing the moon breath, where we always inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. So everybody's going to be at their own cadence, but really sense the breath in the nostrils. So go ahead, lightly close the right nostril, inhale through the left, Close the left, exhale through the right. Remember, trust your own breath. I'm just a guide. Close the right, inhale left. When you're ready, close the left, exhale right. Close the right, inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. And go do that 2 more times on your own, closing the right, inhaling the left. And really sense the breath as it enters the nostrils on the inhalation and the breath as it leaves the nostrils on the exhalation. Sense that breath moving all the way up to the point between the eyebrows. And when you finish, we're going to take 3 more ujjayi breaths, breathing from the base of the throat, light constriction of the throat. And when you're ready, we're going to take 5 breaths for piercing the sun breath, where we always inhale through the right and exhale through the left. So close the left nostril, inhale through the right, feel or sense that breath hitting the left nostril, traveling all the way up to the point between the eyebrows. Then close the right nostril, exhale through the left. Close the left, inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale through the left. And do that 3 more times on your own. So with these breaths, you're purifying the body, shaking off all the dust that's trapped, making space in the body, and purifying those energy channels. When you finish, conclude with 3 ujjayi breaths. Even inhales and exhales. Breathing into the point between the eyebrows and then exhaling. And when you finish, you can just rest your hand on your thighs and take like 3 to 5 breaths there. Just check in with the mind, check in with the breath. Very good. So still being in that wonderful state of pranayama, go ahead and find your space for yoga nidra. Remember, you can be seated in a chair, you can be in a recliner, you can be on your yoga mat, you can even be in bed, wherever you can be comfortable and not have to move. So Val, does that make sense? Anywhere you want to be. I also suggest that you dim the lights or put something over your eye. Maybe have a blanket or a jacket to keep you warm because your body temperature will drop. So we're just going to be moving through different stages of relaxation just to soothe the body and the mind. And if you want to take a nap after this class, you're more than welcome to, but the goal is to try to remain aware. The mind and the body will sleep, but awareness remains aware. So wherever you're at, just make your final adjustments. Let your mind return to that deep rest that you just had in your pranayama. Close your eyes, open the jaw, and just become aware of the rise and fall of your belly, the effortless flow of your breath. And now begins the practice of Yoga Nidra for sleep. So set your intention to be aware, to remain awake, and allow the breath to flow effortlessly, evenly, and smoothly. And as your mind begins to focus on the breath, just become aware of any imbalances in the breath, any rushing, any hurrying in the breath. Just be aware of it. And be aware of this moment now and what it is that you bring to the moment physically, emotionally, and mentally. For this moment is like no moment before it. And now become aware of your physical body and just scan the body from the crown of the head all the way to the toes. And just notice if there's any places that you're holding tension. Notice the eyes, temples, the back of the head. Notice the scalp and just sense how these areas might be holding contraction or stress. Notice any physical tension in your throat, the neck, and where the neck and the skull meet. And now be aware of the shoulders. Are the shoulders holding any tension or constriction? Observe any constriction in the upper chest or the breast area, the shoulder blades, upper arms, even the creases in the elbows. Just notice if you're holding any stress there. Same with the forearms and the wrists and the hands and the fingers. Notice any stress. Is there any tightness in the legs or the hips? Perhaps you notice restriction in the calves, the tops of the feet, soles of the feet. And now bring your attention to the mind itself. Notice the quality of attention that you bring to your practice today. Not trying to change it, just notice what you bring to the present moment. Is the mind distracted, focused? And now bring your attention to the emotions that are present. Your intention is to notice what you bring to the present moment. Sense that the present moment is the gateway to undisturbed rest and sleep. Now, please shift your attention to awareness itself, that which is observing your body, your mind, and recognize the emotional state that you bring to the moment. Now, please begin to deepen your breath. Deepen your breath, shape it so it is slow and smooth, and emphasize belly breathing. And bring a whole kind of awareness to the flow of the breath and the rise and fall of the abdomen. As you breathe in, the breath seems to ascend from the soles of the feet and descend from the crown of the head and back to the soles of the feet. So inhaling from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. And then on exhale from the crown of the head all the way to the soles of the feet. Inhale rises from the soles of the feet, purifying the mind and the emotions. And as you exhale, the breath descends from the crown as a way of emptying and clearing out and letting go. The mind moves on the flow of the breath, ascending and descending. Now anchoring your awareness in the body, bringing its silent and effortless strength as you exhale. The breath and the wave associated with it sends from the head to the soles of the feet, freeing the body and the mind of all burdens. With every exhalation, you let go of all burdens. And please continue to shape your breath diaphragmatically, belly breathing. And as you follow the wave of exhale, you can see all tension, all stress, and all fatigue draining towards the soles of the feet and emptying. And as you inhale, you sense the body absorbing strength and healing. Now, please allow the breath to return to an involuntary flow, no longer shaping the breath. The mind is dissolving into the involuntary flow of the breath, relaxing the body and the mind completely. And just observe the rhythm of the breath and how it's being shaped and guided by innate intelligence. Have the intention to allow the mind to merge with the breath. Relax the crown of the head. Relax the muscles at the top of the skull and see or sense any restriction or tension in this place. Completely relax. Soften and release any tension in the forehead and the temples. Relax the space between the eyebrows and the corners of the eyes. Allow them to relax. Sense your eyeballs relaxing and resting, sinking into the eye sockets. Relax the cartilage of the nose. Release the tension in the jaw. Allow the upper and lower rows of teeth to slightly part. And allow the tongue to become unglued from the roof of the mouth. Sense the mind. Sense the sight returning to silence, to stillness. Bring awareness to the inner ears and relax. In time, you'll hear the sound of silence, the current of rest and healing. Bring awareness to all the facial muscles and completely soften the face and offer the body the gift of deep sleep. Become mindful of the throat and the neck. Just be aware of any holding in that space. The more you let go, the more you can relax, surrender, and let go. Become aware of your shoulders and surrender and let go. Awareness of the chest and breast area, relax. And please become aware of the heartbeat. Have the intention that the heart finds its ideal rhythm. You are returning to innate healing, deep rest, and effortlessness. And now bring your awareness to the abdomen and the digestive organs. Relax and sense the organs softening, resting. Effortless awareness at the abdomen, awareness of the side body and the lower back. Relax, memory dissolves. Relax the pelvic floor. You are succumbing to a rhythm of sleep. Allow gravity to claim the weight of the hips and the legs. Release all constriction, all holding and thought in the legs, feet and the toes. And now please begin to relax the toes one by one. First, sense warmth in both big toes. Sense warmth in both big toes. And awareness in the second toe, both left and right. Relax the whole body. Third toe, left and right. Relax. Fourth toes, left and right. Relax. All toes are warm and resting. Both little toes, left and right. The mind is absorbed in the little toes. Now, please move awareness to both of your ankles, perceiving the left ankle and the right ankle. If you notice any imbalance, the one that is easier to perceive than the other, then move your feelingness to the weaker of the two sides so that the experience is balanced between the left and the right. Both knees. Become aware of both knees, left and right. Observe if perhaps you perceive one knee more easily than the other. Now balance the feeling of the left and right knee. More and more, as you create this sense of balance between left and right, you perceive them as one. Both hips, aware of the left hip and the right hip. Balance the feeling between the left and the right hip. Eventually, the left and the right become one. And please do the same with the wrists, left wrist and right wrist. Balance the feeling between the two. And then reach that balance between the left and the right wrist, and they become one. Both elbows. Through deep rest, you balance both elbows and sense yourself expanding into the boundless space of sleep. left and right sides of the chest. Eventually, they become one. Both eyes. And notice if you sense the left or the right more easily. Balance the feeling between the left and the right eyes. And then sense them becoming one. Both inner ears. Balance the feeling between the left and the right inner ear. And the inner ears become one in deep sleep. All distinctions give way to oneness, the ultimate state of ease. Now move awareness to the flow of the breath through the nostrils. Notice the very subtle distinction of the flow of the breath moving through the left and moving through the right nostril. See the breath flowing through the left and the right, becoming perfectly balanced and even. Now invite perception to transition from the finite to the infinite field beyond the mind. Sense yourself transitioning to enter sleep, limitlessness. Silence takes you by the hand and leads you home. You rest wholly in being. Resting in the cradle of infinite deep sleep. If your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to the rise and fall of the abdomen. If the mind becomes distracted, just acknowledge whatever it is you see or hear and let it go. Acknowledge it and let it go. No stories. If you like, you can stay here in this place of deep rest, or you can end your practice by rubbing your hands together, creating some heat in the palms of your hands, and then placing your hands over your eyes. And when you feel as though your senses have been reactivated, you can move back into the world. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. I'll be sending out the recording and protocols tomorrow. I'll probably send the protocols out tonight because I'm going on vacation tomorrow, but I will also then send you the link for the recording. Any questions, anyone? Gail, do you have a question? Okay. Thank you so much. Enjoyed having everyone and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Namaste.